The next step to solving the cube is getting the top and bottom edges. This part requires no algorithms, just logic. So what you want to do is find an edge that is not on the top or the bottom. I'm going to solve the blue side first, and I'll do the green side later. So find an edge that contains blue. Here we have a blue and an orange edge. And get it so that it is behind the target side. Trying to go to the orange side, it's right here. Notice that the blue cannot be seen from this angle. If it were on the other side, this would be wrong because you can see the blue. So it's right here, and all you do is turn this side down, shift it into place. Do that again. Get your edge piece over here. Turn your target side down and shift it into place. All logic. Although you will come across some annoying situations. For example, here we have one on the right side but not turned correctly. So we'll turn that down. Here it is. Give the center slice a couple of twists. It is now no longer on the top. And it went right here. Once again, you can't see the blue. So we'll turn the top face, or target face, bring it around, turn it back up. Of course the bottom has not been touched. Now, continue to do this until you have 3 of the edges solved. Meaning, 3 sides are solved up here. The reason you need to leave one open is so that you can do the next step. You leave it open for what's called a keyhole, because when you get a piece up here, it will mess up whatever's on the bottom, so you might as well just not put anything there. I'm going to choose to leave white as my keyhole. These pieces will remain open. Here we have a red piece already in the white spot. Let's just turn that out of the way. The red side, turn it into place, bring it down, here's the piece, there we go. It's almost solved, so you're about halfway done. Here goes another piece. Now sometimes you get one on the bottom. Just use your keyhole, which is the white side for me, to twist it onto the side. From there, you can easily pop it in place. Let's see. We have one more edge piece left, and that is a red edge. Now your top side is almost complete. I just happen to have one white piece in there. I'll take it out now, but if I hadn't taken it out now, it would have gotten moved anyway. So this is our keyhole. We're going to solve the top the same way, except make sure your keyhole is always underneath the target side. The reason for that is, when you turn the side edges, notice how the keyhole gets moved around. Here's the keyhole. If something were to be in there, it would get pushed out. And we don't want that. Don't worry about the blue edges. Even if you see that you can put it in place, don't. We'll do that later. For now, just work on getting the top side the same way. Here's the keyhole. Here's an edge. And you do need to solve all the edges for the top. Don't need a second keyhole. Here's the edge. Bring this down. Pull it in place. Let's see. There's a red-green edge. Find the red side. Keyhole is down there. Bottom is still untouched. And white edge. I usually check every once in a while just to make sure I didn't do this in the wrong spot. If you do it on this side without the keyhole, this will get messed up and it gets a little annoying. You have to redo stuff. Almost have the top side solved now. Here's the edge. Here's a situation where you can't use the top to get this piece out. Here's one on the bottom, one on the top, and this could be a potential keyhole. So what we'll do here is turn it sideways, move these edges completely out of the way, bring it back up, bottom's untouched, but you messed up the top a little. That's okay, we can fix that. Get one of your edges where it needs to be, bring it over. Here's another edge. Solve them just like you did before. And luckily I don't have any edges on the bottom for the last step. Here's the edge. And here's where it wants to go. There. The green side is solved. Edges line up. And for the next step, we will need to solve the blue side. And here's where you get some of the annoying algorithms. The algorithms for the 4x4 tend to be very long. I think the longest one is 15 moves long, but there are only 3 more algorithms you need to learn, so not too much of a problem. I got lucky. These 2 edges happen to be on different layers, but if you come to a case like the one I'm doing now, where the edges, oh, okay, hold on a second. There we go. If you come to a case where the edges are on the same layer, all you need to do is twist one of the sides twice and move it out of the way. That should get them on the same layer. So, you've got the 2 edges. Get them on the face with the keyhole. You might want to turn the corners to line up. The corners shouldn't have been touched during all that, because we're not even turning these sides. Now, flip it so that the solved side is on the top. Here we have the keyhole down here. Now using the following algorithm, you can get these 2 pieces down here without messing up the top. Before I get into that algorithm, I want to explain the notation for the 4x4 cube. Instead of using letters like ML, RI, all that stuff, I just used a diagram, like this. These arrows tell you how to twist the cube without having to memorize any letters or anything like that. For example, the first picture shows 4 arrows, and one of them has a head on it. Or 4 lines, one of them has an arrow on it. And that indicates to turn this side up. This looks just like the 4 lines. Just picture this one with an arrowhead on it. Turn it up, just like it shows. The second one shows 4 horizontal lines. 2 of the center ones have arrowheads going to the right. That simply means turn the centers to the right. Like that. The last one shows some sort of bent lines, and one of them is turning to the left. Look at the cube sort of like this, and that would indicate turning this side like such. I think that notation is a lot easier than all those pointless letters. I know it looks a little bit like some Indian language, but you'll get the hang of it after a while. So, this algorithm will get the 2 blue pieces in place, assuming that you had them on the right side. If they were on the left side, turn the front face counterclockwise instead of clockwise. The 2 middle layers will still turn up and down the same way. If I put the next step in here, this would go over the 10-minute border. So I will demonstrate that step in part 3.